If you are a military family in San Diego or one headed to San Diego, there is a very good chance that someone has told you something about VA loans that is completely and totally wrong, and that wrong information might be costing you not just stress, not just confusion, real money, real opportunity, real homes that are passing you by while you hesitate because someone gave you bad information at exactly the wrong moment. Today I am busting the 5 most damaging VA loan myths that I hear constantly from buyers, from families, from service members who have been given misinformation and do not know it yet. These are not obscure edge cases. These are myths that come up in almost every conversation I have with military buyers when they first reach out to me. And every single one of them has cost real military families real opportunity here in San Diego. My name is Hugo Sanchez. I am a broker associate here in San Diego, and I have helped several families navigate this market, including military families who came in believing every one of these myths and left as homeowners. Stay to the end. I have also included a complete resumen en Español for my bilingual military families because these myths are hurting Spanish-speaking buyers just as much, and you deserve the truth in both languages. Let's get into it. Here is what is actually happening out there. Military families arrive in San Diego with an incredible benefit available to them. The VA loan, 0 down payment, no private mortgage insurance, competitive interest rates, access to a loan product backed by the United States government. It is one of the most powerful home buying tools that exist anywhere in this country, specifically designed to reward military service with a genuine path to home ownership. And yet, I have sat across from military buyers who have talked themselves out of using it. Buyers who tried to use it and got discouraged when a seller pushed back. Buyers who simply did not understand how the process works and decided it was too complicated. Every single one of those situations traces back to misinformation, bad advice from a well-meaning friend who had a bad experience, a quick internet search that landed on an outdated article from years ago, an agent who does not specialize in VA transactions and steered the buyer in a different direction without fully understanding the benefit they were steering them away from. The result is military families, people who earn this benefit through genuine service and genuine sacrifice, renting when they could be owning, paying someone else's mortgage when they could be building equity, watching San Diego's real estate market appreciate over time while they sit on the sidelines waiting for a clarity that nobody is giving them. That ends today. I want to give you the truth about all 5 of these myths clearly and completely so that when you leave this video, you are equipped to make the decision that actually serves your family. Myth number 1, the VA loan requires 0 cash. I don't need any money at all to close. This is the myth that catches buyers off guard the most, and it can create real problems if nobody prepares you for reality before you are already in the middle of a transaction. Here's the truth. Your down payment is 0. That is absolutely real. The VA loan allows eligible veterans and active duty service members to purchase a home without putting any money down on the purchase price itself. That is one of the most powerful features of this program, and it is not going anywhere. But buying a home is not the same as putting down a down payment. There are other costs involved in a real estate transaction, and you need to plan for them. The first is earnest money. When you submit an offer on a home in San Diego, you will typically need to put down an earnest money deposit. This is a good faith payment that shows the seller you are serious about buying their property. This money goes into escrow and is applied toward your purchase if the deal closes. The second is a home inspection. A home inspection is something I strongly recommend for every buyer, VA, or otherwise. It protects you. It gives you information about the property you are buying so that you can make an informed decision. This is typically paid out of pocket by the buyer. The third is prepaid items at closing. These include things like homeowners insurance premiums, property tax reserves, and prepaid interest. These are not down payment, but they are real dollars that change hands at closing. The specific amounts vary significantly based on your purchase price, the lender, and the terms of your transaction. Which is exactly why I always recommend connecting with a VA specialized lender before you start touring homes. Have that conversation early. Know your numbers before you fall in love with a property. The bottom line, 0 down does not mean 0 cash, but the advantage you hold with this benefit is still extraordinary. Plan smart and then use it with full confidence. Myth number 2, VA loans take forever to close. Sellers won't want to wait and I will lose every offer I make. I hear this one constantly and it frustrates me every time because it is simply not true when you are working with the right people. Let me tell you what actually creates a slow VA loan process. An inexperienced lender who does not regularly work with VA transactions and fumbles the paperwork. An agent who does not know how to position a VA offer and does not communicate proactively with the listing agent. A property that has known condition issues that will not pass the VA minimum property standards and nobody addresses them until they become a problem. Notice what all of those things have in common. They are not about the VA loan itself, they are about the team around the transaction. VA loans with an experienced VA lender and a knowledgeable agent who regularly handles VA transactions in San Diego can close in the same 30 to 45-day window as a conventional loan. That is the standard time frame when the right team is in place. The VA appraisal process does have specific requirements. The property needs to meet the VA's minimum property standards, which are the agency's way of protecting the veteran buyer from purchasing a home with significant health or safety deficiencies. These standards exist for your benefit. An experienced VA agent will help you identify properties that are likely to meet these standards before you even submit an offer, minimizing the risk of complications. The fix is not to abandon your VA benefit. The fix is to build the right team. A VA specialized lender who knows how to move quickly. An agent who has closed VA transactions in San Diego and knows how to present your offer compellingly to listing agents. That combination changes everything. Myth number 3, sellers won't accept a VA offer. They always prefer conventional buyers, and I am going to lose every home I try for. This myth has some historical context. There was a period where sellers and their agents were more resistant to VA offers due to misconceptions about appraisal timelines and condition requirements. Some of that resistance still exists in isolated cases, but here's the critical thing I need you to understand. Seller resistance to VA offers is almost always about seller education, not about the loan itself. When a seller and their agent genuinely understand how a VA transaction works, the resistance typically dissolves. A VA-approved buyer is a thoroughly vetted buyer. The VA process includes a careful review of the buyer's financial situation, service record, and credit worthiness. That is a strength, not a weakness. The VA funding fee, which is a cost specific to VA loans, does not come out of the seller's pocket. This is something sellers sometimes misunderstand, and a knowledgeable buyer's agent can clarify it up front when submitting the offer. And more importantly, there are real proven strategies that make a VA offer competitive in a multiple offer situation. Escalation clauses that allow your offer to automatically increase up to a maximum if competing offers arrive. Strong pre-approval letters from experienced VA lenders that demonstrate you are fully underwritten and ready to close. Flexibility on closing dates to accommodate the seller's timeline. Clean, clear offer terms that give the seller confidence in the transaction. I have helped military buyers win competitive situations in San Diego using VA loans. Do not walk away from homes because you have already assumed your offer will be rejected. Submit the offer with the right strategy behind it. Strategy wins. Giving up before you try is not a strategy. Myth number 4, I can only use my VA loan benefit once. It is a one-time thing, and once I use it, it is gone forever. This is one of the most limiting myths in the military community, and it stops families from thinking expansively about what their benefit can do for them across an entire military career and into retirement. The reality is significantly more in your favor than this myth suggests. Your VA entitlement is not a one-time coupon. When you sell a home purchased with a VA loan and pay off that loan at closing, your VA entitlement is restored. You can then use it again for your next purchase at your next duty station. Additionally, in certain circumstances, you may have remaining entitlement available even before you sell your current property. This can allow some veterans to use the VA benefit on a second property while still holding the first one under a previous VA loan. The specifics depend on your current entitlement status, your remaining loan balance, and your situation. I am not going to walk you through the mechanics of entitlement calculation right now because the details are specific to each person and the numbers matter. What I want you to take away is this: do not assume your benefit is gone because you have used it before. Call a VA specialized lender. Ask them to pull your certificate of eligibility. Have a real conversation about where you stand and what your options look like. I have worked with veterans who used their VA benefit 2 and 3 times across different PCS cycles. Each time, they built equity in a strong market. Each time, they used a benefit they earned to create real financial stability for their families. Myth number 5. I need perfect credit to qualify for a VA loan. My credit is not great, so I probably should not even try. This myth shuts the door on a lot of military families before they even start the conversation. And that is a real loss because the VA loan program has some of the most flexible credit guidelines of any major loan product available to buyers in this market. Here is the critical distinction. The VA itself, at the program level, does not set a minimum credit score requirement. The Department of Veterans Affairs does not tell lenders they cannot work with buyers below a certain number. Individual lenders set their own internal credit requirements. These vary from lender to lender, but because the VA loan is government-backed, many lenders are willing to work with credit profiles that would be declined under conventional or even FHA guidelines. Does that mean credit does not matter at all? No. A stronger credit profile will generally lead to better terms. And some lenders do have stricter internal standards than others. But what it means is that if your credit has challenges, whether from a difficult period, a medical event, a deployment-related financial strain, or simply the reality of life in the military, you should not self-select out of the VA loan process before you have even had the conversation. The right move is to talk to a VA specialized lender who regularly works with the full range of credit situations that military families face. They can tell you exactly where you stand, what your options are, and if there are steps you can take to strengthen your position before you start house hunting. Do not let a number on a screen talk you out of a benefit you earn through your service to this country. Let me bring all of this together now. 5 myths, 5 pieces of wrong information that are costing military families in San Diego real money and real opportunity every single day. Myth 1, 0 down means 0 cash needed. Not true. Plan for earnest money, inspection, and prepaid items. Myth 2. VA loans are too slow to compete. Not true when you have the right team around you. Myth 3. Sellers will not accept VA offers. Not true with the right strategy and the right agent. Myth 4. The VA benefit is one-time use only. Not true. Entitlement can be restored and reused. Myth 5. You need perfect credit to qualify. Not true. The VA program has flexible guidelines and the right lender makes all the difference. The truth is simpler than the myths. You earned the VA benefit. It is designed to be used. With the right VA experienced agent and a VA specialized lender who knows San Diego, this process is not as complicated as you have been told. I also want to make sure you understand the bigger picture before we close. San Diego is one of the strongest long-term real estate markets in the United States. Military presence, limited buildable land, and consistent demand from tech, biotech, and government employment have created a market that has shown real resilience over decades. Using your VA benefit in this market is not just solving a housing problem for your current tour. It is potentially planting a financial stake in a market that has rewarded long-term ownership consistently. The military families I have worked with who used their VA benefit wisely in San Diego are in a meaningfully different financial position than those who spent the same number of years renting. That difference compounds over time. You already made the harder commitment. You put on the uniform, you moved your family, you served. The VA benefit is the return on that investment. Use it the way it was designed to be used. If this video gave you clarity, hit subscribe. I put out 2 videos like this every single week. neighborhood guides, market breakdowns, buyer education for military families and first-time buyers in San Diego, and grab the free VA Buyer Starter Kit in the description below. It covers the most important things you need to know before you even call a lender. Click the link, download your copy, and go into your first conversation fully informed. I also recommend you watch my Mira Mesa neighborhood guide next. It is linked right here. That video walks you through one of the best neighborhoods for military families near MCAS Miramar, with everything you need to know about commute, schools, lifestyle, and how to use your VA benefit there specifically. I am Hugo Sanchez. This is San Diego House Shop. You served. Now let's get you home.
Para mis familias militares que hablan español, esto es para ustedes. Soy Hugo Sánchez, agente de bienes raíces aquí en San Diego, y hoy quiero darte la información más importante de este video en tu idioma, porque estos 5 mitos sobre el préstamo VA, es corto por Departamento de Asuntos de Veteranos, están afectando a familias hispanas militares tanto como a cualquier otra familia. Escúchame bien. Mito número 1. El préstamo VA no necesita nada de dinero en efectivo. Esto es falso. El pago inicial es 0, eso es completamente real, pero todavía necesitarás dinero para el depósito de buena fe cuando hagas una oferta, para la inspección de la casa y para algunos costos al cierre. Habla con un prestamista especializado en VA antes de empezar a ver propiedades. Mito número 2. Los préstamos VA tardan demasiado y los vendedores no quieren esperar. Esto también es falso. Con el equipo correcto, con un prestamista y un agente con experiencia en transacciones VA, el proceso puede cerrarse en el mismo tiempo que un préstamo convencional. Mito número 3. Los vendedores no aceptan ofertas con préstamo VA. Falso. Con la estrategia correcta y un agente que sabe cómo presentar una oferta VA de manera competitiva, puedes ganar incluso en situaciones con múltiples ofertas. Mito número 4. El beneficio VA solo se puede usar una vez y después desaparece. Completamente falso. El beneficio puede ser restaurado cuando vendes una propiedad y pagas el préstamo VA anterior. Hay familias militares que han usado su beneficio VA 2 y 3 veces en distintas estaciones. Mito número 5. Necesitas crédito perfecto para calificar para el préstamo VA. Falso. El programa VA tiene guías de crédito mucho más flexibles que los préstamos convencionales o FHA. No te autoelimines antes de hablar con el prestamista correcto. Tú te ganaste este beneficio a través de tu servicio. No dejes que la desinformación te lo quite. Llámame directamente al 619-869-0588. Tengo un kit de inicio para compradores VA completamente gratis en la descripción de este video. Y si este contenido te fue útil, compártelo con otras familias militares que lo necesiten. Suscríbete al canal para que no te pierdas los próximos videos. Soy Hugo Sánchez, San Diego House Shop. Aquí estoy para servirte.